What's going on, YouTube? Another just another act of violence outside of Dallas, Texas today. Another shooting, this time outside of a ICE facility. I'm not really going to get into the shooter. It seems like the details are still coming out, and I hate that shit when everybody just tries to jump on little crumbs here and there and just attribute all kinds of motive and try to find everybody's motivations before we actually know anything really. The details, basically, like I said, outside an ICE facility, 3 people were shot. As of right now, the most up-to-date number I've heard is 2 people were killed, 1 person critically injured. I think the original thing was 1 person died at the scene, 2 person critically injured and taken to a nearby hospital, and then another person died at the hospital, I guess. It was outside of the ICE facility, but no ICE employees, no government employees, were injured in the shooting. But all 3 of the people that were hurt or killed in this situation were all detainees. So basically, illegal immigrants that were just killed by this guy. Another instance of a guy sitting on a rooftop with a sniper rifle, with a hunting rifle, basically, is what it sounds like. And the only evidence that I've seen that I guess that can be proven, I mean, there's already people claiming it one way or the other, we can get into that in a second, is Patel, the FBI, head of the FBI, posted a picture basically giving a little breakdown of what was going on at 7 a.m., the shooting, blah, blah, happened. And along with his tweet, he posts a picture of a stripper clip of 5 rounds, and one of the bullets has anti-ice, like drawn with pen or Sharpie and blue Sharpie on the bullets. And that's the only thing that I've seen that's like confirmed in that sense that there's evidence. So obviously, if the people are jumping on that fact, they're right to do so, in the sense of, like, normally if somebody's going to write anti-ICE, generally you can say conservative people are for anti-immigration and for ICE. They want them to do their job as it pertains to what's going on in the country right now. And it's like more leftist view to be like, they're more pro-immigration and they don't like ICE. Obviously, we've been through this whole thing recently where people are calling the ICE agents Nazis and stuff. Last week we saw videos of the ICE agent throwing that lady on the ground. I think that was also in Texas. I'm not sure about that, but basically they're protesting, blocking the exit of this ICE facility, and they're pushing them out of the way, shoving them out of the way while they're trying to move cars in and out of the facility. So we talked about this originally with the Charlie Kirk thing. I'm going to keep this a little short because it's just crazy, but there's not that much details about it. We'll wait and see as we go, and we'll find out more. But when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, and you have people basically glorifying violence and murder of a person over whatever they said, calling him racist, basically justifying it, racist, bigoted, he's a bad person, so it's not that bad that he got killed, blah, blah, stuff, things like crazy shit like that. You're trying, in no matter how of a bystander way, to kind of like excuse violence. So the more you do this, the more violence happens, and the crazier shit gets. I don't know how far it has to go before these violent acts get like categorized as terrorism and not just random acts of violence, because in my mind, I think terrorism, I don't know the legal definition off the top of my head, but as far as I know, it's basically if you're trying to scare people, push a political agenda with violence, like get some kind of political change through violent acts, things like that, intimidation, those are terrorism charges. If this guy shoots at an ICE facility, obviously we have to wait and see what his motive was, but if he shoots an ICE facility because he's anti-ICE, as this bullet says, and wants ICE to not be able to do their job, and he wants to intimidate the ICE agents or scare them or scare the government people, whatever, however you want to say it, I don't see how that's not terrorism. Now, this guy took his own life on the rooftop. There's a picture of it. It's obviously gory as all shit. Like, I had no reason to go look at it. Take my word for it. It's not enjoyable to see. So that part of it's over. Obviously, there's no trial. There's nothing like that. Now we just go through this whole loop again where the left goes, what a senseless act of gun violence. Gun control, please. And then the right goes, what the fuck is going, like, is this not terrorism? Like, especially if they can attribute left political ideology to it. Here we go. And it's not gonna stop with the trajectory we're on, where half of the country, basically, not half of social media maybe, but a large portion of the country and a large portion of that sect, like the farthest of each political side, will basically either call for violence and revenge, or like push away violence and be like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, he deserved it. You deserved it. I'm glad that somebody is dead. You're going to keep seeing crazy shit like this happen. And I said it before, but this is not a pretty path that we're headed down. And I hope they can figure out a way to slow it down and turn down the temperature, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. So you let me know. Leave a like on the video if you got some out of it, dislike if you didn't. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.